Well, after my encounter with the guy that needed gasoline money, I wandered down to town a lot, and I finally met the people that lived upstairs from me. There's Roger and Marty and their little kid Christopher, and the other big apartment. There were seven total. The other big one was Janice and Pamela, and they all had lived in different apartments. Depending on their social status and their financial situation. Tom and Carol had lived in every apartment. Now, Tom and Carol were kind of interesting because you go to their house, it didn't matter what time of day you went, they were in bed. Always in bed. And what was weird is when they got married, then they never hung around with each other again. It was like, what the heck? Someone's turned a switch or something. And more on that later. But Sundays, everybody used to meet in Roger's and Marty's apartment to watch, of all things, Kung Fu. Roger was like, when the lesson would come up, I didn't bother to tell him that Hollywood formula, though, at the start, instead of car crashes and a car chase, they'd have Kane go in and go, may I have a glass of water? And then there'd be a big barroom brawl, which all the action junkies would get hooked in then, You go, Hollywood. But they're really incredibly nice people, and the adventures were many. And I told them about the peyote, and suddenly we became scientists because the stuff tastes as awful as anything you can imagine. Awful. 100 times awfuler than anything you can imagine. So we grind it up, put it in tomato juice, and that worked pretty good, except tomato juice was expensive. The amount that you had to put. We'd put it in beer. The beer would turn green, start foaming, bubbles, and we're going, okay, this is definitely Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde stuff. But it was pretty amazing to see everybody testing stuff on it. And so began my adventures in Colorado.